Well, good afternoon. My first video I had completely done using the 344, and I lost it. I don't know what happened to it, but it went away. So the next step that I'm doing is I'm using that KP12, and I'll show you the application method at least on this. So, Dave Fuhr Research Laboratories down in Mississippi. And what I did was, for this test on these boards like this, I went ahead and made a jig that would hold them in here, have them flush, and I could coat them and then go on each side, because we're doing such specific amounts of dry film or wet film thickness. There has to be a way to do that. And so we've got it on here. This device then will do like the sides. Let me make sure you can see this. Do like the sides, and again it's flush if I drop it down, and then this one does the ends like this. I'll slide that over so you can see it a little better, like this. And so we can get them all and use drawdown tools in order to do this. So what I have with me is I have a 1 wet mill drawdown bar right here, a 2 and a 3, and so we're going to be using these. So let me give you an idea on how to do this. Just put your wire down. I use a syringe just to pull out an amount of liquid. It appears as though it takes, now I haven't done this particular one, so I don't know how much it takes, but we'll put some on the surface and then draw it down. Okay, now we don't have enough, so we're going to put a little more. Now what's interesting is about that, you just want to have a nice even film like that over the whole thing. We used about 2.5 cc's. Some little needs on this corner right here, so we can do it a couple different ways. There we go. But this is going to make sure it's evenly coated all the way across the face of the board on this one. I'm laying them out to dry in order over here, where I have the first whole series done. Then we just repeat it again. Same exact thing. Put your product down here a little bit. Normally you just draw it straight down, but since I made this even deliberately, this way we can go and make sure we have it on here. Okay, so this is a 1 mil bar. That's all it's going to let me put on the surface. You can't put any more than that on, and then we have it just like this. And then we go from there. I'm going to put it again over here, and they're drying out. And I think it starts to give you, if you do it quick enough, you don't have to clean your drawdown bar every time, which is an advantage, because otherwise this takes a long time. I cleaned it on the the DST, and I thought, well, there's a better way to do this. There we go. If you look like that, I'm just holding the bar and just drawing it right straight down. And we have your coated board, just like that. The jig was important for me to get an idea, and what I did is I made it wider than the board, as you can see. So if I have excess, it would drain off on the sides on the end. I go back a little first to get it on that back edge. And you can see it, so you can see if you missed any. You notice when I run that over it, no more comes off. That's because it will only put on 1 mil. So that's number 4. This is number 5. This product's quite a bit more viscous than the 344. It's pretty, I did not check it. I guess I could have seen what it was. I didn't really think it was that necessary. Now like there, see one pass, we just did the whole thing perfect. So there's the first 5 that's at one wet mill. And then what we can do, I want to clean that real good. And now let's just go to the 2 and let's just keep going. So here's the 2. It's marked with KP12, 2 mils, 1. This is the first one. That's the second one, so on. This is the pre-weight of the piece of wood. Just like that. Hopefully you see just how quick and easy this is going. Of course, a lot of it is real simple. As long as you have the preparation work done, you can go pretty quick. I don't have enough. There we go. There's a little in the corner. There we go. Again, just perfect film. And this one's 2 wet mills, so we're putting a little more on as per our instructions on how we wanted to do this thing. There, we got it. Again, just perfect. Now I've also numbered all of these with a number on the top. And what that number does is that number coordinates with the spreadsheet. So there's never a confusion as far as what number did what or where it is or any of that kind of stuff. See, when this goes right, it just will zip, 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 and it's done. Now, if you let that draw wire, you got to keep this wet if you're going to do it this way, or it'll dry and stick and cause all sorts of problems. Whoops, I don't have enough on this one. It's a nice thing if you know how to use this stuff, which a lot of people think, well, if you don't just go like that and get it perfect, you got to start over. That's not true. As long as you have a smooth surface, you can move it around to get it on there because you want to get the one just perfect on there. So, now that quick we've done 10 of these things. The first 15 did not go this fast, by the way. I had to experiment with a couple little things. Some of the boards you see laying over here, I appreciate you sending some extra boards because it gave me the opportunity to figure out exactly how I was going to do this. Now, this one is 3 wet mills, so we're going to load it up pretty good because it's going to take it. On the DST 344, I found that about 9 cc's, there we go, what's the magic number? There you go. Now, of course, you got to remember, I got to let this dry. Here's number 62, for an example. I have to let this dry and then flip it over and then do the back sides. And then And you can tell 3 is quite a bit heavier. I don't know if you can see it or not, but you can see it's on there heavier. Now when I do the edges though, it'll be nice because I can do all 5 at once. I just put it in this die, whoops. So I can put 5 of them in here at once and just draw down the whole thing. So it won't take quite as long. Of course, my goal is pretty simple, is to get these done by tomorrow. So they have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to cure. And then they'll go in the oven on Monday. And yes, that'll then give us the week of the 16th, you should have the results back. And this makes number 15. This stuff is thin like water right here. Number 15. So hopefully that'll give you an idea of how I'm doing some of this stuff. I see a little flicker going on over there on my monitor. I don't know what's up with that. But, so let me get this done and I can shoot you this video. I do want to point out one thing though real quick, and that's that right now it's 72 degrees in here, but it's 82% humidity because we're having rain. So it may take them a little longer to dry than you normally could do them. So we'll just keep that into account as well.